Sihamba phambili namhlanje umfo wakwaShembe uthi akazwani nama-content creator. Yingakho anyeke ashade umfazi okuTikTok nakuFacebook. Niseselapha sikhuluma ngamakholwa namhlanje mawuzwa ngathi inhliziyo izoshaya kakhulu ngicela usidedele. Gidi. Hayibo asingene kumanqampunqampu. Amukela kumqobo yami bomntaba kade ayathi bomntaba kakhokho bomntaba ka-auntie bomntaba kasisi. I am Sims, and it's at the right Sims on Instagram, so please follow your sister. I also promote businesses and YouTube channels. I'm sorry, if you want more traffic on your platforms. Hello, Sanbonani fellow comedians. Not me. Me, I'm funny, but I'm talking to comedians. Applications are now officially opened for the 4360 International Comedy Festival 2026 in Durban, South Africa. If you would like to apply as a performing comedian, please note the following important requirements. You must have a solid 20-minute English stand-up comedy set. This festival audience is international, so the set must be performed in English. Please also note that we will not be providing transport. Selected comedians will need to arrange and cover their own travels to Durban, South Africa. No, angithi nizoyenza imali. So nizoba nayo imali yokutravel. Sebakhethile. We are at Durban. This is a professional international platform, so please apply only if you meet the requirements and are ready. Workshop applications are also open for those who want to develop their craft and understand the business of comedy. Closing date is on the 3rd, March. 11:59 p.m. I will put the link for applications in the description box down below and pin it in the comment section so that you will not miss out. As funu uputhelwe. If you are serious about the business of comedy and you know that you can take on an international audience with your stand-up wena for 20 minutes solidly in English. Yeah? Why are you still standing there? Click that link and apply. And if you want to develop your craft further, you know what mola. I need to have a workshop. So only then do the right thing for you. Okay? Some are saying Christianity is under attack. Some are saying they are finally opening their eyes and awake to see that Christianity is actually a scam, and some people are in defense of their Christianity. Guys, disclaimer, we are talking all things Christianity, religious psychosis, and the church as a whole. If you feel like your high blood pressure cannot take this conversation, please, you'll watch another video from our channel. Anginayo a medical degree. I cannot help your high blood pressure. Okay? I'm just trying for us to have a healthy conversation because I know I'm not the only one. When I go to my phone, when I go to social media, these conversations are happening more often than ever right now. So this video was inspired by, there's a lady by the name of Pearl. Pearl is my colleague here on YouTube, and she also does a lot of TikTok videos. She was a staunch Christian. She was a staunch Christian woman. Sana, she went to different denominations and different churches. And the day she woke up, she started doing TikTok videos.
Your kids don't have an education fund. You have nothing on JSE. You are giving a pastor your money. When will deliverance come to you, my sister? Hey! I'm giving him money so that I will be blessed. The money is already in your hands. You are poor and you are blessing somebody with 2 cars.
Christianity is a scam, and she breaks down everything in her videos, and you start like, now we're questioning a lot of things because she's really asking valid questions. Also, we are now seeing that, are we praising God? Are we praising the church? Or are we praising our pastors?
Calling strangers your spiritual parents, posting them every week on your WhatsApp, while your biological parents have never even seen you in months and you have not sent them any money, is a sign of mental illness. It's a sign of being disturbed. Because how are you so fond of strangers who hardly talk to you? You see that these people are celebrities, they're idols in your eyes. You find no wrong in them. Your mother who took care of you from a tender age, you never post her, you don't call her. The people who birthed you, you are embarrassed of them. The strangers you admire, you idolize them. It is a sign that probably your childhood was not okay, or you are just running mad. You are freestyling this thing. Fix your priorities.
Me personally, I was raised primarily Catholic because I was born in a Catholic home and I went to Catholic schools in the early years of my life, right? And then at some point, my grandmother, because she was married to Umfundis, we then were in the charismatic church for the longest time, and that is where I stayed until my adult years. But in between me figuring myself out in terms of Christianity and religion, so in my extended family, we are Catholic, we have SDA, and we have Muslim family members, right? So I would be bouncing off each of these religions except the Muslim part because I felt like in Muslim guys, the Muslim religion at the time for me, it felt strict. Like it had a lot of things, like a lot of rules, and I was like, I just want to be a girl, and like but I understand. So I love the SDA religion. I love the Christianity, and I love the Catholic religion. So I just kept going until we decided to stay in the charismatic faith. Like we were born again Christians, CCDC, right? And we went to this one church for years. And how I left the church was because so our church was big, and then it had different branches, like different congregations from one church, right? So there was this one from Efosloras. The preacher there did something, and we were excommunicated from that branch. We're no longer supposed to engage and participate with any member from that church. So when my aunt's husband passed on, you guys, death just comes. You don't choose who comes to comfort you during your time of grief. People from that branch came because we grew up in Forster. We knew a lot of them from Forster. That's where we initially started, and then we moved to Ebuhle Park. So we left Forster because it was far from Ebuhle Park. So we decided they started a branch for us at Ebuhle Park. So now, when my aunt's husband passed on, obviously people from this branch knew him. So then they came to the funeral and came to comfort us and whatnot. After the funeral, I kid you not, the funeral was on the Saturday. The Sunday, the the members from our congregation, Ebuhle Park, came and they told us that we are no longer allowed to engage with them because we were engaging with the ones that were excommunicated. I said cult much, and our church was believed to be the one true church. our church was believed to be like the ones that follow the Bible as is. And in our church, you couldn't make major decisions in your life without consulting them. Dating outside of our church was shunned upon, like it was bad, like yay, yay, upizama Gentiles. They would call them Gentiles, Anyway, so it just like after us being excommunicated, I just stopped going to church altogether, right? So when these conversations are now happening on social media, I'm just questioning the faith. Uguti, like we put so much of our faith in people that when they do us wrong, we cut God off because we associate these people with God because that's how we were introduced to God through religion, Anit. So when I'm watching these videos and I'm seeing the debates going on, I'm just like asking myself, how are you guys like viewing these conversations and how is your experience with God? Especially if you are like a Christian person and you're seeing Christianity like being questioned so much right now. Because the conversations are very valid, guys. Because people are like, God, a lot of things that are in the Bible, especially the Old Testament, were very slaveristic, you know, and who introduced us to um, Christianity? Was it not the people that colonized us that told us to look up and told us that our heaven is in the sky while they took your land and built their heaven here while they were alive? And then things like crime, a criminal will harm you. A criminal will harm you and get arrested and go to prison. They ask forgiveness, therefore, they are going to heaven because they seeked and found God and they have a gateway to heaven now. But you that was done wrong to, you that was pained by this criminal, because you are not forgiving of their crime against you, you are going to hell. Do you understand things like that? And obviously the big element, the financial aspect of churches being made to tithe, being made to feel unworthy if you don't fit a certain tax bracket, being made to feel worthy if you fit a certain tax bracket, you being treated according to who you are and what you are financially, being made to take money out and not seeing where that money is going. How many of us have had church funds, tithing towards church funds, and when you see the church building, it's not being built. It's been years, but the church is not being built. Being guilted into taking out money. How about the poor remaining poor and becoming poorer? All in the name of serving, all in the name of giving, all in the name of tithing, all in the name of praising. These are conversations that we need to have. How much people have lost their lives through Christianity and serving, chasing this God, this because their pastors are telling them things, or how much people believe so much in miracles than they believe in the word. And that's why those types of churches are packed with people, because people are searching for miracles than searching to fulfill their hearts, with God's word, I can say, kuningi, guys, kuningi that I want us to just discuss, especially in the comment section down below, because these are just my thoughts. Hori, I'm questioning a lot, and the questions that and topics that are happening on social media right now regarding church as a whole is making me like open my eyes. Are your eyes being opened? Are you still a believer, or do you feel like no, your religion is under attack? Like all of a sudden Christianity is being questioned, and that is like the means of the devil. The devil is coming. We are in the last days. How are you guys feeling about this conversation? And also, to just sound off, there's a man that has a video circulating on social media. He's from the Shembe church, right? And he said
Amadoda awungitshele nje uyihlaba luni le ndoda enonkosikazi oyi-content creator lakho udansa ko-TikTok kodwa uyindoda ezesha amanye amadoda ethi yavini khasi i-content yakho iwuza hloboni kamama oyi-content creator tshela namadala amadoda nawo uthi umthembile lo baba hayi bonanga unaye lapha ko-TikTok naye uyi-content creator ubaba omdala baba odala okubethi yadla intshebe.
Sana, because does he understand that he is now a content creator also, and his video is being consumed by the masses on the very social media that you know? And I know that he's unaware probably that this video was taken of him, but the wife that he doesn't want of a content creator, he now is a content creator. It is like, yeah, I was just, I don't know, guys, but it just has me thinking. You can even see, I can't even put my words together because wow, man. What? Let's talk in the comment section and down below. I will see you on the next one.